Today is March 18th, 2023. Current physique update. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So this is my health, wellness, and fitness update for week 22. Current weight 309.2 pounds. This is only down about 1/8 of a pound from last week, so not much of a change. This week is a lot like last week in the sense that like everyone in my house has a touch of something. I got a lot of nasal stuff going on. My oldest daughter has strep throat, and everyone's just kind of a little under the weather. I think a big part of it, at least for me anyway, I don't get sick very often. So for me, I think it's a lot of to do with like the temperature going from like 50 to 20, and it keeps doing that. That's the joys of Chicago weather. And my kids, of course, kids are like always sick. They go to school. It's like a big petri dish for germs. So normally I don't get the stuff my kids get, and I don't think I have strep throat. I just have like a lot of snot going on. So, anyway, so not much change in weight. I didn't really change much this week. Fitness activity kind of stayed at nothing extra. As far as diet goes, for the most part, I did okay. There's a couple days, like Tuesday, I had some mead, and so that's obviously like honey wine, and so that's high carbs. And then there's a couple other days I had some carb foods. Friday, I had soup and bread for lunch. I wanted something really light because I have been not totally feeling wonderful. So anyway, I went with soup and some bread. Obviously carbs. So carbs and high sodium. So particularly for me, like I've mentioned before, high carbs and high sodium is just like a recipe for me to retain a lot of water. This is probably the case with a lot of you as well. So I don't know how much weight I actually lost. I would have to take a wild guess and say based on like the kind of calories I presume I consumed, that I probably lost 1 to 2 pounds. So I think this number, although it is down, I think it's probably not really accurate if I had stayed on the diet. So hopefully next week I'll do a little better at that. Like I said, it's been kind of like a repeat of last week of not feeling too great. And like I said, my food quantities or volume hasn't been really the big problem. It's been just selection of food choices. As far as blood sugar goes, I discovered something kind of unique. I have 3 different blood glucose monitors, and for some reason, none of them, well, 2 of them read pretty similar. One of them is higher by about 10 points than the other. What's interesting though is I've had like 3 somewhat different readings that spanned 30 points between the 3. And then I've had my wife check her blood sugar on them, and they're not. So that mystery has, I guess, remains to be solved. So what I've done now is I've started using just one of the monitors that, the 2 that have very similar readings, the majority of the time. I've just been utilizing that for the majority of my readings. So I've been actually getting blood sugars in like the 90s now, so that's good. I've had them anywhere from like the 70s to like 100 in say 7, I think it was 77 to 107. So between these 3 monitors, I've had a span of like 30 points, which is crazy, because then you don't know like where it really is. So anyway, I'm not sure how to deal with that. Like I said, I just kind of check my blood sugar kind of to see how foods affect me. I haven't really been doing anything drastic for, like there's nothing I can really do about my blood sugar other than really like control my diet. But I like to see how things affect me food-wise. So I do check my blood sugar first thing in the morning, usually like when I get home from work and after dinner, and maybe sometimes before bed, but at least 3 times a day, maybe 4 times. So that's kind of all I have for you this week. Like I mentioned, no real change in physical activity. I don't want to blame that on not feeling great, but it doesn't help when you don't feel great to be like exercising. So anyway, I don't want to make excuses. I could have done something. I could have done more than I did, which was absolutely nothing. As far as diet goes, it's kind of a similar thing. I chose to have some days where I consumed carbs. I had soup and bread on Friday, knowing I was going to weigh in on Saturday, and that would probably affect my weigh-in, but I did it anyway. So that's pretty much all I have for this week. Hopefully next week, diet will stay in check, get some more activity in. Warm weather's right around the corner, hopefully. Knock on wood. So that's all I have for you guys this week. Not much of a change, but then again, they say 1 to 2 pounds a week is should be your kind of goal for weight loss. I've exceeded that, or I'm in that range. Well, not really. I guess 1/8 of a pound doesn't count. But anyway, I think I'm probably in that range if I hadn't consumed carbs and sodium and probably put on some water weight. So I probably lost 1 to 2 pounds just estimating on the quantity of food I consumed. I'm just guessing because I'm not totally tracking, but I didn't have any days of crazy high calories. So I don't really think I blunted my progress a whole lot with changing my food choices. I think I just more or less manipulated body weight by manipulating water retention. That'd be my guess. But anyway, I'm going to try to keep this short because I tend to ramble on and beat a dead horse. So that's all I have for you this week. And if you would, please like, share, and subscribe. I will see you next week. Take care.